One of the biggest changes I made in my life was when I decided to stop playing video games. Growing up, I was a hardcore gamer. I played up to 16 hours a day, and I came to a point in my life where I realized I needed to make a change. Now, since then, my life has truly transformed. I'm more confident, I'm more social, I have a greater sense of motivation, I'm much more productive, and really, as I sit here in Koh Samui in Thailand, I'm just blown away at how much progress I have made. Now, if you're out there and you're like me and you're looking to stop playing video games, whether that's completely or just reducing it to a more manageable level, then there are some different challenges that you might face along the way. Now, recently I was reading a thread on the Stop Gaming subreddit where people were sharing the different struggles that they too had when they went to stop playing video games. And so I decided to read this thread and pick out some of the themes that I saw and talk about strategies that you guys can use to be able to get your life back under control. Now quickly, right before I go into these different reasons, if you want to get gaming back under control so you can start living more motivated, productive, and an inspired life, and you want my personal support with this, then go to gamequiz.com/apply and book a call where you and I will discuss a game plan for you to get back on track for good. Reason number one, it's hard to stop gaming so much. Letting go of your gamer identity and history. For so many of us, gaming is something that we've been doing for many, many years. It's been a big source of our childhood. It's been something we've maybe even been doing for 10 or 15 years. During that time, we've accumulated a lot of gaming history, games, accounts, and we can feel a sense of attachment to these. We can also identify ourselves as a gamer. And so if we identify as a gamer, then it makes sense that we would want to play video games. So when we go to stop, we can feel a tension around it because, well, I'm a gamer, so I like to play video games. The key here is to identify a couple different things. The first is you need to shift your identity. So for me, I no longer really identify as a gamer. Gaming is something that was a part of my life before, but now I'm moving into a different phase. Now I'm a DJ, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm someone who likes to travel. I do other things, and gaming is no longer part of my identity. You also want to pay attention to the sunk cost fallacy, which is your tendency to hold on to things that you've spent money or you've invested a lot of effort or time into, and we want to hold on to these instead of actually letting go so we can gain the benefits of no longer being attached to this thing. So your gaming history was important. Your identity as a gamer felt meaningful, but that's not what you have to continue to bring along as you go forward in your life. Next reason that it's hard to stop gaming so much is because you will feel a void. This void is because gaming was the primary activity that you did. It's something that consumed most, if not all, of your free time, and often even more time than that. So when you stop, you can feel this void in the activity that you were doing. The key here is to identify new things you can do with your time, and I have a ton of resources for you guys, both on this channel and on our website, gamequiz.com, to help you identify the different activities you need to replace gaming with. Overall, just make sure that you don't just pick one activity, but you pick multiple, because it'll take multiple activities to fill that same amount of time that gaming used to fill. The next challenge that you might face is that you might realize that your gamer friends aren't actually real friends. Now, I'm not saying that all your gamer friends aren't real friends, but certainly it can be a bit confronting when you realize that when you stop gaming, you now have a shift in your social experience. There were a couple gamer friends I was able to stay in touch with over the years, and there are others who, because we are no longer sharing the same activity together, we lost touch and we just kind of moved on with our life. Now, in life, you will go through different phases with different friends. There are chapters of your life, and sometimes those friends can be based on you live in the same city, you live in the same building, you work in the same workplace, or you play video games together. So it's natural sometimes for you and your friends to kind of part ways. It doesn't mean that those friendships weren't meaningful. It doesn't mean that you didn't have good times together, but it just means that now you're entering a different phase of your life. So when you stop gaming, identify the friends who are supportive of you and who still want to remain in touch regardless of whether or not you share the same activities together. And for the ones who don't support you, it's okay to just let them go. The next thing you might struggle with when you stop playing video games is that you might find cravings to be exhausting. Cravings are a natural withdrawal symptom when you stop gaming so much. You might feel more irritable, you might feel urges to play, you might feel moody, you might even feel a bit depressed. These cravings to play, this desire to play, tends to be the most intense right when you stop for the first couple of days, but after a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, it'll significantly reduce. So during that time, you just need to kind of hang in there, you'll get through it, and just remember that although cravings can feel very intense, they will pass over time. They're like waves of the ocean. They're not gonna kill you, you're gonna be okay, and you just gotta kind of hang in there. Now, the biggest thing to help with cravings, I guess, is actually two things. The first is clarity. The more clear you are on the fact that you are not going to play video games and that it's not an option for you, the easier it is to deal with cravings. Cravings tend to be the most intense when you're not as clear. When you're wondering, oh, am I gonna go back? Am I not gonna go back? Am I gonna go back? Am I not gonna go back? That's where you develop a lot more cravings because there's a potential for you to actually even go and do the thing. Whereas when you're very clear, this is not an option for me, I'm not gonna pursue this, your cravings will be significantly reduced. The other thing is just also to acknowledge them. So I'm having a craving, be aware of it, but take action in alignment with the new version of yourself. So for me, I would go jump in my pool, I would go for a drive on my scooter, I would maybe go to the beach. You could go to the gym, you could go for a walk outside, you could call a friend. There are many different ways that you can navigate experiencing cravings, but just remember the clarity will help you a lot and just acknowledging them, but then taking action anyways in the direction of the new version of yourself, and you'll be okay. And the final reason you might struggle to stop gaming so much is because you have to start confronting the parts of yourself that you're normally escaping from. Gaming allows you to numb from your life. It allows you to escape from dealing with the things in your life you need to deal with. So when you remove gaming, now it can feel a bit confronting because now you have to actually address the things that you were avoiding. Now, although this can be a bit scary or you can feel a sense of fear about it, or it can feel kind of stressful, just know that avoiding the things in your life you need to deal with, eventually you're gonna have to deal with them. So you might as well deal with it now, get it over with, and start moving forward in your life. So although it can be confronting in the moment, it can feel challenging in the moment, remember to look forward and think, in a couple months from now, a couple years from now, your future self is gonna be looking back on your life in this moment and say, wow, I'm so proud of myself. I'm so happy that I took this step to move forward, and it really made a significant difference. If you want to stop gaming because it's negatively impacting your life, just know continuing to game is not going to solve any of these issues. So you have to confront it, you have to step forward, and just remember, you will get better. Now, if you want my personal support to help you with that, you can go to gamequeers.com/apply and book a strategy call with me where I'll walk you through the exact step-by-step process I've used, not just for myself, but hundreds and thousands of other guys just like you to be able to get gaming back under control so you can start living a life you don't need to escape from. I love to see the progress you guys are making. It's always so inspiring. So keep it up and keep going. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you hit that like button, hit subscribe if you're new here, and leave a comment. What did you struggle with when you went to stop gaming? Where are you at today? And where are you looking to go now? Share that in the comments below. I love to see your comments. And I guess until next time, peace.